What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, daily news, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., and the economy, money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you're new to our channel here, make sure to subscribe down below. New videos come out here on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's completely free to subscribe. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. We got a lot to cover here, so let's jump right in. Number one, the Federal Reserve today made a major announcement ahead of their expected announcement here today. They're going to speed up reducing their taper on bond buying and projects 3 interest rate hikes in 2022. Yeah, so several different things here. They're going to aggressively dial back their bond buying. So this will help curb inflation. And they're going to expectedly or projectedly raise interest rates 3 times next year. Okay, not by a lot, but by a little bit. So interest rates are expected to go up 3 times next year, a little bit at a time. This will help curb inflation. This will raise savings interest rates. So if you have money in a bank per se, this will raise interest rates there. But this will also raise interest rates on things like credit card interest rates, auto loan interest rates, mortgage interest rates. Anywhere you pay interest, those rates will creep up a little bit over the course of 2022, unless we see the economy crash down again thanks to the Omicron variant, or we just see the economy struggle again in 2022, like we really seen in 2020 as well. So it really just depends, but that is what the Fed is projecting. The stock market at first initially reacted down, but then actually surged up. The Dow Jones up 380 points, the NASDAQ up over 2% here, just like basically in the last hour or so of trading, as unexpectedly, to be honest. We were not expecting that to see an upward spike that much here in the market. This is largely what we were expecting, but the stock market spiked up pretty much here. So, yeah. Also, now that the National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, is passed by the House and Senate to fund the military, because remember, that didn't pass the Senate just a few days ago. Both of those are passed. They don't have to worry about either of those. So both of those were very big things that a lot of people were worried about, especially the debt limit. Because a lot of people were worried about, are they going to get their Social Security checks? Are the child tax credits going to go out? In fact, a lot of people did not receive their child tax credits today. We're waiting a further assistance from the IRS on, is there a delay on that? A lot of people got them, but some people didn't. Of course, we know there's snafus with those sometimes, so I will keep you up to date if I see any guidance from the IRS on that. But the debt limit is passed. Funding of the military is passed. So Congress is working. They've also funded the government until February 18th. So they are doing what they're supposed to do. The Build Back Better package, the stimulus package, is also being worked on. The 2 main sticking points right now is, one, the Senate parliamentarians' work, which is being worked on a couple different things. One, she's meeting with both the Republicans and the Democrats to hear both of their sides on what may or may not abide by the Byrd rules to determine a couple different things, including immigration and several different things, which we're going to be hearing from on what should or should not be included through this reconciliation package. She's meeting with the Republican Party and the Democratic Party separately here, pretty much as we speak, and Joe Manchin. Well, she's not meeting with Joe Manchin, but Joe Manchin is a separate issue. Check this out. Oh, also, I have a special guest for you at the end of this video, and some pretty good news, so make sure to watch to the end of this video. Joe Manchin yells at reporter, "You're BS." Yeah, that's Joe Manchin for you. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia, dun dun dun, vented his anger with the media in the wake of a new report that he wants to drop the child tax credit. Yeah, a popular program from President Biden's expansive climate and social spending package. Joe Manchin yelled, quote, "This is BS, you're BS." He yelled at Arthur Delaney, a reporter for the Huffington Post Politics, who asked him to confirm the report that the child tax credit has become a major sticking point in talks with the White House. Manchin fumed, quote, "I'm done, I'm done." His voice rising after Delaney asked whether the senator could support continuing $300 monthly payments to families with young kids. The testy exchange followed another contentious back and forth between Manchin and a group of reporters, including CNN's Manu Raju. Raju reported that the talks between Manchin and Biden were not going well because Manchin went to cut the child tax credit out of the bill. Manchin denied the report and said, quote, "A lot of bad rumors. I'm not opposed to the child tax credit. I've never been opposed to the child tax credit," he insisted. That's not really true. He says, quote, "Guys, I'm not negotiating with any of you all. You can ask all the questions you want. Guys, let me go. This is BS. You're BS." He told Delaney in the Capitol subway, grumbling, "God almighty." But that's not really true. Joe Manchin does want to take the child tax credit away from millions of children and families. Number one, he wants to take it away from families who don't have both working parents. Okay. He wants to put a work requirement on it, would, by most accounts, experts agree, would have to make both parents work, not just one parent. So, for example, if the father goes to work and the mother stays at home and watches the child or the children, it would not qualify them for the child tax credit. They both have to be working if they're married filing jointly on a tax return. So, number one, that would exclude millions of children from getting the child tax credits. Joe Manchin wants to have two requirements on the child tax credits based on the last statement that he said. He wants one, to have a work requirement put on the child tax credit. And that, by current IRS rules, based on what he said, would mean that married filing jointly couples would both have to work, a mother and a father. Okay? Again, this isn't like set in stone stuff because there's no bill that requires this, but this is based on what Joe Manchin has said previously to, quote, get his vote. Okay? So again, this isn't like something that's written down in a bill or anything like that, but this is what Joe Manchin has said he has wanted previously. And remember, you need his vote to get the bill or to get the passage. The other thing he said is that he wants a $60,000 income cap or threshold for families. Okay, that would include married filing jointly couples. So that would be for individuals and for couples. Okay, so if we go back to that same example here, a mother and a father would not be able to make more than $60,000 combined. Okay, and that's somewhere around the average median income nowadays. With inflation, it's like $50,000, $60,000 nowadays. It's 50 some $1,000 is the average median income, but this would be for two people. So that would mean that a mother and a father would not be able to make more than $29,999 each. or else they would be disqualified from the child tax credits. So this would literally disqualify tens of millions of children. In fact, here's an article from when Joe Manchin said this from a little bit over like a month ago, back from October 21st, that Joe Manchin's child tax credit changes could prevent more than 37 million children from getting aid. This is from CNBC. And here it is literally from CNBC, pretty credible news source. The Joe Manchin's child tax credit changes could prevent more than 37 million children from getting aid. And remember that an analysis from the government said that 47% of the money that is spent from these child tax credit literally goes to food for children. So Joe Manchin wants to literally take food out of millions of children's mouths. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets. We're talking about like making children starve here. Now, the other thing is that this December 15th payment that is supposed to be going out today, I hope everybody got it that was supposed to get it. I've seen a lot of reports that people didn't get it today. There's not going to be a January 15th payment unless they authorize it past this package by the end of this month, as the reports were seen. The other thing here is that we don't know what's going to happen here for future years, okay? I've seen some comments saying, well, Jimmy, this is just an advance on your taxes. And that's kind of true, but that's not kind of true, okay? The third stimulus check package raised the previous child tax credit from $2,000, which former President Donald Trump raised in 2017 with the reconciliation process. The Republicans raised it all on their own without any Democratic votes, from $1,000 to $2,000, okay? But the Democrats raised it in the last stimulus package, the third one, to $3,000 for children ages 6 to 17 and $3,600 for children under the age of 6. There's two scenarios what happens here going forward that we don't know the answers to. One, if they don't pass this next package, it goes back down to $2,000 per year. But one, with that scenario, you won't get it until your 2022 tax return, which you won't get until 2023 when you file your taxes. You'll get it as a one lump sum, and millions of people would be excluded because the third stimulus check package had a lot of changes that qualified a lot more people, including non-filers, okay? Tens of millions of people. The other thing is that there might not be funding for that as well. We don't know the answers to this yet. So there might not be no child tax credit at all. So best case scenario, the child tax credit goes from $3,000 to $3,600 back down to $2,000, which if you get the child tax credit, you're losing $1,000 to $1,600 per child. So either way, you're losing money. So don't be happy because you're going to lose money if they don't pass this next package. So one, you're losing money. Two, there's no child tax credit at all. You're losing a lot of money. So the whole advance on your taxes thing, it's kind of true. Yes, you're getting it monthly payments instead of as a one lump sum. But if they don't pass this next package, you're going to lose $1,000 to $1,600. It's going to either go back down to $2,000, or there's going to be no funding for it at all. We don't know the answers to those questions yet, but I will keep you up to date here. But the other big thing here is that this next stimulus package has a lot more things in there. There's Medicare expansion for seniors. There's other things in there for families, like reducing the cost of childcare, funding preschool for children, reducing the cost of prescription drug pricing for tens of millions of people in our country. Remember that prescription drugs cost like 10 times more than other countries pay here, like insulin, life-saving drugs like insulin and inhalers, prescription drugs, blood thinners, pretty much everything you can think of. They want to reduce the cost of that. They're going to build $150 billion in affordable housing, all sorts of things in this next package. Paid family and medical leave. We are the only first world country to not offer that. So, as another example, a woman that goes to give birth, if she works at a country that doesn't offer paid family and medical leave, she might not have paid time off or just a few days of PTO. Well, if she only has, say, 5 days of PTO, I mean, that's not very much, right? I mean, if you have to go back to work in 5 days after giving birth, and then you don't have any more days off for the rest of the year, kind of presents a problem. Also, if you catch the virus and you have to quarantine for 10 days, a lot of people are really struggling with that right now. You have to quarantine for 10 days. Your job won't let you go back to work once they find out. And then you're not getting a paycheck, right? And then a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck right now. So it's just it's a rough time out there right now. Well, having paid family and medical leave added into this package, the government would step in and pay your paycheck or pay a significant portion of your paycheck, depending on how much you make. Well, again, we're the only first world country to not offer this. And kind of in a pandemic, you kind of wonder like, why are we the only first world country to not offer this? You get sick, you have a virus, you need to quarantine for 10 days, or if you get significantly sick and you need to be in the hospital for longer, it would be nice to be able to pay your bills, right? As opposed to like losing your car, losing your house. A lot of things that kind of make you wonder, like, why haven't these things been included for a long time, right? There's also things like reducing the cost of healthcare, CHIP in there, healthcare for other families, and Medicaid, Medicare, expanding Medicare benefits, Medicaid benefits as well. They're pushing it to have Medicare benefits in this package. In fact, the debt limit actually just one of the other things they signed in the debt limit was to prevent Medicare cuts, which was a good thing as well. It prevented Medicare cuts. So they kind of added that onto the debt limit to prevent that from happening, which was a good thing because we don't need more cuts to Medicare. We need to expand Medicare. I mean, we think about seniors. I'm not a senior, but we need to expand Medicare. It's kind of a travesty that like you work your whole life, you become a senior, you're in your golden years, you want to retire, you get on Medicare, and then hearing, dental, and vision is not covered for. Bernie Sanders says about 75% of Americans do not have that, do not have those coverages. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, and it kind of makes you wonder why it's not covered for everybody. This is the kind of things that paid family medical leave kind of makes you wonder why it's not covered. Preschool, pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds, that's been covered in Europe, in some countries for over 100 years. Well, the average cost of that here in the United States is $8,600. How is an average family going to support that? An average family that has less than $500 in savings, barely has an emergency fund. How are they going to pay $8,600 for a pre-K? Oh yeah, you want to send your kid to preschool, right? And not have your kid fall behind. You think if other kids are going to preschool, a lot of families are worried about education, right? And your kind of thoughts are, well, send them to preschool or have your kid fall behind, but then it's $8,600. These are the thoughts a lot of families are going through. Or if you got to send your kid to childcare, right? You're a working family. When both my parents went to work. My dad worked at a grocery store for like 35, 40 years, and my mom was a bill collector. They both worked all pretty much their whole lives, right? And I would go from school to the YMCA after school, right? And I would take a little bus from school to the YMCA, and they had to pay for that, right? Well, the average cost of childcare nowadays is $10,000 or more per state. In some states, it's $20,000. That's another thing they want to do in this package is reduce the cost of childcare to 7%. I seen a recent graphic. We had here on the show. I think it was the interview by Chris Wallace with Lindsey Graham, and he kind of showed a graphic on the screen. He wants to reduce the cost. Well, in the package, would no family would pay more than 7% of their income. And in Lindsey Graham's state, he showed that the average cost of a family that has to pay childcare pays 21% of their income for childcare. 21%. So if they have to pay for childcare, they pay 21% of their income for childcare. And he asked Lindsey Graham, well, what do you say to families like that? Don't you want to pass this package to help them reduce the cost? And Lindsey Graham's response was saying something that, no, this package will increase inflation, and this package is waging war on fossil fuels. So I was like, what? So, yeah. So, now don't get me wrong. I think that this package isn't perfect by all means. And I definitely think there needs to be a stimulus check in there for adults. And there's a lot of push for that as well for low income adults. Not for everybody by all means. But I think that they really need to, and no package is perfect by any means. No, whether it's a package passed by Republicans, a package passed by Democrats, there's always kind of fluff or what do they call it, fat, in any package, right? If you look by any package passed by Republicans or passed by Democrats, they always kind of have those in any package, right? And that's just kind of the reality of things. But I think that a lot of these things here, you include benefits for seniors, you include benefits for children, housing for low income, reducing the cost of childcare. There's really a lot of good things in this package. Paid family and medical leave. A lot of these things are just like, why haven't these things been around before this package? Kind of makes you wonder, why are they waiting till now? And the actions from the Fed today will kind of help curb inflation. They're going to reduce the bond buying, but they're not stopping it instantly because it would be a shock to the market too much. They're going to raise interest rates, which have a lot of intended effects. I mean, they're going to raise interest rates a little bit and that's how you kind of curb inflation, right? They're going to raise interest rates a little bit. It's not a drastic jump, right? It's going to raise interest rates a little bit on things like credit cards and mortgage rates and anything you pay interest rates on. But if you have money in savings, it'll raise interest rates. It's just a little bit here, right? But it's just gonna kind of tweak things. They're gonna stop buying bonds interest rates, so that's gonna stop. And again, they're gonna just start tweaking things. So they're gonna try to bring down inflation. Okay, so they're making moves in the right direction. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you guys can kind of understand this, and we'll be talking about this more here in the future. So, hey, guess what we're doing tonight? We're having a birthday party. We're having a birthday party for Papa, Papa Steve, and Nani Lynn.
Don't do this. Don't do that.
What?
Daddy, don't
What?
do this.
Don't hold you?
No, I'm fine.
We're having birthday parties tonight. Yeah, for Grandpa and Grandma. What, is that your Rudolph nose?
That's my nose.
Is that your funny nose? And guess what? We're going to have birthday cake tonight. Do you want birthday cake?
No.
You don't want birthday cake?
No.
Why not? Do you want me to eat all the birthday cake?
Okay, I'll eat some birthday cake.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to.
Huh? You'll try to?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my daddy's birthday, Grandpa Steve, and Nanny Lynn, Laura's mom. It was her birthday a few days ago. Can you say happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Yay!
Happy birthday, dear Cookie. Happy birthday, dear Cookie. Happy birthday to Cookie. Happy birthday to Cookie.
Julian, we also got some good news about Leo, the kitty.
Who is Leo?
That's the old kitty.
No, that's the new. That's the good kitty.
Yeah,
And drums.
the vet called and said that he's doing better and that he's gonna probably come home tomorrow. Okay, maybe he's coming home on Friday. I'm not sure, but he's doing better. The old kitty's doing better.
Don't.
You're silly. Why are you so silly?
Because I know not that.
I don't know if they can see your face up there, buddy.
Yeah.
Are you ready for Santa Claus to come? Huh? Are you ready for Santa Claus to come?
Yeah.
Have you been a good boy this year?
No. Yeah.
All right. Can you tell everybody bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Can you say we love you? And say we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.
Say bye-bye.
Mimi.